Council start crackdown on road litter. A coffee creation has come to the cathedral. And is this the UK's best burger? Good afternoon and welcome to Winchester News Online. I'm Ellie Clout. Winchester is known for its beautiful historic buildings and clean streets, but local councillors are warning that the issue of roadside litter is now a growing problem. Cara Simmons reports.
There are many things you'll be thinking about before you drive, but how to dispose of your car litter might not be a priority. Dropping rubbish from a passing car can result in a £150 fine, but this can be difficult to prove. Some councillors have recently voiced concern over this growing issue.
The main roads seem to be the problem. It's often casual users, it's people throwing litter out of their car windows. It's very hard to catch people doing that and to prosecute them. So it's those main roads that are the big issue, and it's particularly noticeable when the grass is low or it's been recently cut back. We've got a beautiful historic city here in Winchester. So many tourists and visitors come every day, and I think littering just makes it look very, very shabby.
Some are advising residents to think before they drive.
Part of this is about peer group pressure. You know, if your friends are dropping something, you need to say to them, don't do that. You know, let's leave it in the car if we're travelling together. We'll, put it in the dustbin when we get home. So we all need to educate each other about, better behaviours. And at the end of the day, it costs us to go and then collect that rubbish. So that's a cost to the council or the county council on some of the highways, to us as a society. And that's an unnecessary cost that we have to all absorb.
Councillors will continue to campaign to keep the roads and streets of Winchester clean. Cara Simmons, Winchester News Online.
January marked the 19th year of commemorating Holocaust Memorial Day. Across the country, people have been remembering those who tragically lost their lives. I went to a talk in Winchester to find out more. Memorial Day is dedicated to those whose lives were lost to genocide. In Winchester, a talk was held to highlight the importance in remembering our past by a man who lost many relatives himself.
So I'd never been to Berlin before, but 6 years ago went with him to Berlin, and we met lots of people there who have told us about our heritage, who our family were and what they've done and what happened to them. And so having caught up with it struck me that the idea of trying to stop this sort of thing from happening again has become more important.
Students from Peter Symonds College also attended the event, playing music and reading short stories and poetry to encourage talking about the past.
At first I didn't get it. It wasn't horrific or even interesting. I was 8 at the time.
Despite being a sad event, the turnout was immense, ensuring that the lessons from the Holocaust are not forgotten. Ellie Clout, Winchester News Online. 2020 has been named the Year of Cathedrals and Pilgrimage, and Winchester has kicked off the year by inviting the community to contribute in creating a giant labyrinth in Cathedral, using coffee-related materials, inspiring people to take time out of their day and reflect. Our reporter Olivia Fraser went to find out more.
Winchester's community has been inspired to get crafty for the Pilgrim Grounds art installation. People are invited to go along to a workshop and create their tile, which would then contribute to the giant two-dimensional labyrinth being made in Winchester Cathedral.
So I think it's really good to bring people together, but also to inspire other people. So I've just been making paper over on one of the other stations, all with recycled coffee cups, which is just amazing. Like, I'd never thought to do something like that, so I think it's really inspiring as well.
The idea of coffee has been woven into the labyrinth as it represents the time people take out of their day to have a coffee and speak to friends, echoing the reflection of prayer. The creation took place over 7 days, resulting in a groundbreaking 1,054 tiles being made. The community were then invited back to celebrate the completion.
We're going to be spending the year reflecting on journeys, our own journeys through life, our journeys together, our journey alone, and just being a bit reflective in the midst of our really, really busy lives where we don't tend to pause and take a breath even. The labyrinth is a way that we can reflect and just slow down.
The labyrinth reflects a guided path which there is only one way in and one way out. The cathedral fell silent as people walked through the finished design in quiet reflection.
Even those who don't plan on following the year of pilgrimage, with mindfulness at the heart of this coffee creation, this labyrinth has been an opportunity for the community to come together and start the year off with some self-reflection. Olivia Fraser, Winchester News Online. A pub in Stockbridge has made it to the finals of a national burger competition. The Greyhound on the test thinks they have what it takes to be the UK's best burger. Alex Smith went to take a bite.
Contribute to the giant two-dimensional labyrinth.
Have you ever thought about where the best burger you ever had was? Well, for some people, that might be here, at the Greyhound in Stockbridge. Let's go grab a bite to eat, shall we? Nestled in the heart of the Test Valley, you could almost miss the Greyhound amongst the rows of boutique shops and fancy restaurants. The pub has made its way to the final of a burger competition, and it'll be up against some big opposition. And with the live final at the Islington Metalworks in London next month, what makes the Greyhound's burger so special?
Because we use the local produce, the local butchers. We use Alton's, who's in Hampshire, and they do us a nice fillet mince, where they take the trim and the chain off the fillet, and they mince it up, and they add some fat into there, so you get a nice clean, juicy burger. Also in there is Greenfield's pork, bacon, streaky bacon smoked, a couple of rushes of that, and again Tamworth soft cheese, which is an English camembert. Again, it's local.
After the burger's finally done cooking, it's time for a bite to eat. Locally sourced products are becoming increasingly popular, and it could be the key to success in terms of food quality and even winning awards. But just how important can it be?
I think, yeah, definitely it's a trend at the moment, and it's something that I'm on board with, and especially here at Greyhound. That's one of the ethos of us, really. We use local suppliers, local ingredients, even like during the summertime and the fishing period. We get fish from the test all the time, and just using that fresh product, it's nothing better.
So could Hampshire have the best burger in the UK? We'll find out next month after the finals. Alex Smith.
The university's Climbing Society is increasing their members every year, and the group is highly diverse. The activity is considered a street and extreme sport and will be in the 2020 Olympics for the first time. Our reporter Victoria Darlin has joined the society on one of their weekly training sessions.
In today's society, many sports are male-dominated. According to Max Daniels, captain of the Winchester University Climbing Society, this is not the case for this adrenaline-packed activity.
We come every Monday and Thursday. We're a very diverse group, all abilities, from people that first ever time climbing to people that have been climbing for years and are pretty good. So I joined in my first year, and there was probably about 10 people in the society that went regularly. And like I say, now we've got about 35 of us that are paid members, climb regularly. A lot of sports are quite male dominated, but climbing overall is probably one of the most equal sports there is. I think that is reflected right down to those sort of grassroots levels. So the society is probably 50-50, if not maybe more females.
Joe Shallow joined the society last year, and the community has motivated him in his everyday life.
Last semester, wasn't enjoying my course, wasn't enjoying where I were. This was like the one thing every week that I looked forward to. So if it wasn't for this society, I probably wouldn't have stayed on. I probably would have dropped out about halfway through October. You can be chatting to a complete stranger you never met before. They could be watching you do a route and they'll give you some pointers and help you out, and you can do the same thing with others. Everyone's just always really happy to talk to you and happy to help you out.
Everyone's really friendly and I get on with everyone, and you know, I get to socialise, so that's always handy. Got me more friends, so it means a lot, you know, have people to hang out with every week, so that's great. You can do it with other people, so it's more of a social sport instead of just going to the gym by yourself or anything like that.
With climbing evolving more and more each year, it will be exciting to see what's next for this diverse society. Victoria Darlin, Winchester News Online.
And now we have Tyra McPherson with the latest sport.
England's World Cup winning cricketers returned to over 50 action today for the first time since lifting the trophy back in summer. They played the first of 3 one-day internationals against South Africa in Cape Town this morning. The coach of Serena Williams says that the former world number one needs to face reality after not winning a Grand Slam since her return to tennis back in February 2018. Serena has been urged to change her strategy after being knocked out of the Australian Open in the 3rd round last month. Manchester City must win the Champions League in order to have a successful season, according to former Arsenal forward Ian Wright. This comes after Liverpool extend their lead at the top of the table to 22 points. Bottom of the league, Basingstoke Town prepare to host managerless Mangotsfield United in the Southern League Football South West on Saturday. Both teams are in poor form and will be looking for a win at the City Ground. Winchester Knights and Angels basketball team host a charity match in honour of Kobe Bryant and his family. Rebecca Bradley has the latest.
At the University of Winchester, the basketball teams joined together in a fun game to raise money for Kobe and Vanessa's Family Foundation. The foundation is dedicated to improve the lives of youth and families in need and encourage young people to stay active through sport.
After its death on Sunday, we thought it was a good cause to raise money.
Not only did they play dressed up in fancy dress, but also got the fans involved.
Some things that we did today, so at half time all the fans came down, had a shooting competition and the winner won a crate of dart threes. Obviously it's uni, so everyone likes a bet.
I talked to some of the players to see how they felt about the event and the cause they were supporting.
Had a charity game against the girls today, good turnout, everyone played well and was supporting each other and had fun. It's good to raise money for charity. Basketball means a lot to everyone, it means a lot to many people out there, especially with Kobe Bryant's death. He's recently passed. It meant a lot to basketball, it meant a lot to many people playing basketball, growing up, it was an inspiration to so many people. It's a massive loss for everyone.
Today the game was really good, lots of people turned up, everyone had fun. You know, people that never played the game before enjoying us, our social sites and stuff. And it was a good time, yeah. We managed to raise a good amount of money for the charity that we're supporting.
After a good game and lots of fun, the Knights and Angels will continue to honour Kobe Bryant, who means so much to so many. Rebecca Bradley, Winchester News Online.
That's all for this week. Thank you for watching.
Right now.